All right, Ohio State houses uh, Michigan State. They took the foot off the gas. It was 49-0 at the half, and then he scored, I think, one more touchdown after the half bid. But yeah, Michigan State gets mollywopped by I'm trying to pull up the exact score by Ohio State. What they score like? Hold on, man, it's telling me the score. Yeah, 50. Hold on. 56-7. Let's talk about it. Check out the College Sports playlist. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel on my social media link subscription. Twitter, Fast and Facebook, and Instagram. And I didn't see this one coming. I picked Ohio State to win under the prediction video last Saturday. I picked out the win over Maryland, and I didn't see this colossal butt kicking coming. I promise you, I did not see this coming. And it seemed like I haven't really been following Ohio State. I know they popped Purdue, and a lot of other teams that played Purdue this season couldn't really get with Purdue, and they popped Purdue, and that was something that kind of woke me up to them because I seen them lose versus Oregon. I seen most of that game, but they popped Purdue. I'm like, okay, they might be back. They might have figured it out because you think they kind of slipped up because usually programs Urban Meyer's leave, they revert back to losing. And then today, Ryan Day proved that he can make the adjustment to C.J. Stroud. Um, he balled out. He was 32 for 35 and 3 incompletions. This is what you gotta understand too. Michigan State got the worst secondary in college football, I believe, Division One. So he only had 3 completions. You probably thought the Detroit Lions, was when they had Bill Bentley and them boys playing the DBs, Aaron Berry, but he was 32 for 35, 432 to the air, 6 touchdowns, no picks. The backup freshman from Philly threw a pick. McCord, he threw 1 pick. Then T the third, he ran for 21 times, 95 yards, 1 TD. Another running back, T. Henderson, 9 carries, 63 yards. Another running back, M. Williams, 4 carries, 35 yards, 1 TD. And yeah, Stroud, he carried it 3 times for a -1. So it wasn't about him running. He didn't have to run, man. You look at it, Michigan State was in the man defense. And it's just like you put Ohio State in space and they just dominate. And they was running curls, they was running comebacks, they was running what they want to run. They was wide open. In the first sequence, they threw a curl flat concept, and they came back. I think a couple plays later, maybe the next play later, they threw a post from the tight post right down the field and scored. Michigan State, they usually under Mike D'Antonio, they usually was known for having good defensive backs. Today, just make you think. And then you look at the receivers, the numbers the receivers put up, man. It just or the pass catchers put up, it was just 100% disrespectful. They put up 7 catches, 140, 2 TDs, 7 catches, G. Wilson, 126, 2 TDs. You had another receiver go for or pass catcher go for 10 catches, 105. You had right there. You gave up like shit, almost 400 yards to 3 receivers. You know, the defensive stats would take a minute to load. I figured that out, but that's wild. And then you look at Michigan State, Kenneth Walker. He lost a Heisman today. Even though it's not a super hot, super popular Heisman this year, don't seem that good. But he lost the Heisman this year. 6 carries, 25 yards. It wasn't for the lack of effort. It was just they got behind and they didn't run the ball. In the passing game, he had 1 catch for 4 yards. And Michigan State should at least try to, have him pad his stats a little bit so he get in the race. And now you're talking about C.J. Stroud. He in the running for there. But Thorne, he been solid all year. Didn't turn the ball over pick wise. 14 for 36, 158. Just not good enough. Just got good enough. Michigan State should have came in and played ball control. But, it is what it is. They don't have the firepower. It's not my man's fault. What's his name? I always forget his name. They head coach. What's his brother's name, man? Mel Tucker. It's not Mel Tucker's fault. He ain't even been here long enough to get the guys. He's this dude from Rancho Cucamonga, member from next Friday. The Rancho I play for the Cucamonga Crack Killers. You want to see some tickets? Hilarious. He playing. He had 3,036 yards, 30 TDs, 5 picks. There was some questions about him coming in. I didn't know he was no freshman though. There was some questions about him coming in, and he answered the bell. Literally, this kid is Probably gonna be running the Big Ten for years to come. Unfortunately, I don't know if he's a redshirt freshman. Let me check. Unfortunately, Ohio State get it. They playing a young quarterback. If they fall short, they got a couple more years of him. Yeah, he's a redshirt. Okay, yeah, the kid's a redshirt. So yeah, it makes sense. He seemed prepared for a red shirt, and some things you can't prepare for as a red shirt. So he going through his growing pains. He may be going through some more growing pains. So. Like I said before, man, Michigan State just ain't got the horses. You don't got the horses, you got to shorten the game. How you shorten the game, you shorten possessions, you run the ball, get people to commit to the box, and they didn't commit to the run. Didn't have a chance to today. But for future references, you will see Mel Tucker make the adjustments of when he play when the talent gap is wide. You know that you shorten the games for running the ball. You run the play clock down to 1-0, and that's how you do it. So yeah, he make the adjustment. He shouldn't take food off his table. Shouldn't fire him. This is second year. He said expectations high. They're gonna be even higher next year, but he gonna get better recruits. He hit the people forget he hit the transfer pool, and now he gonna recruit people to come to Michigan State. Michigan State is a fun campus from what I understand. So they really not lacking nothing. You're not what you about an hour 30 from Detroit. I mean, not too far from Chicago, not too far from Ohio. So he gonna recruit. He gonna recruit. So it's no doubt in my mind, man. I don't know what the score was last year. Did they play last year? Because I know Michigan didn't play them last year because I'm thank God they didn't when I was a fan because pandemic had an outbreak. So last year was 52-12. So they got popped last year. So maybe that's his hump to get over. Maybe that's his hump to get over. You know, that might be a hump to get over. So Ohio State, you gotta, and defensively, because they did something else. I mean, they playing off, and then you still getting beat. You playing man to man, you playing off. Remember they had Dark Questionar, Trey Waynes, big physical corners that can get up in your face and challenge you at the round of scrimmage. For Ohio beat Ohio State, you're gonna have to if you're gonna play man, you're gonna need physical corners. You're gonna need safeties to be able to play the deep half, the deep center of the field to come down and mollywop people downhill. So that's the next thing to recruit. Got to get better pass rushers. Got to get better linebackers. Got to get corners in space. Got to be able to have safeties that can do everything. But the number one thing they need is the generator pass rush, and they need the corners to be able to be physical at the point of at the jam, at the point of attack. So yeah, they got to be physical, man. Jam them, get up in them, and you got to reroute guys. If you're gonna let Ohio State receivers get a free release, that's what's gonna happen. You got to be able to throw the timing off. When you throw the timing off, you know, you got to be able to get there. People saying, "Well, what's gonna happen to Michigan next week?" I wouldn't be surprised. But the thing about Michigan is, man, they have problems with the same thing. The thing about Michigan, they always, carry a pass rush. And this year they might carry with the college's best pass rush, but they a little better in the back end because Jim Harbaugh had forever recruit. So, I mean, we'll see. You don't want to do what Michigan State did either. If you're gonna play off, you're gonna play zone. You're gonna play cover 2, cover 3, cover 4 combination. You got to make this kid CJ Stroud go through his reads, go through his progressions, and that means you have to reroute these receivers. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, if you're gonna rush 3, then you got to make sure you put your best cover on one guy, you bracket somebody else guy, you double the other guy. That's just what I have to beat. Don't let them 3 receivers beat you. You do that by rerouting them. You do that by disguising coverages. You can't come out there, they know exactly you're gonna do disguise coverages. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to tackle in space. And Ohio State look like they're not slowing down a millisecond, man. It don't seem like they slowing down. But shout out to Michigan State, man. They'll be all right. Ohio State just they did it again. They scored 5 less points than they scored last year. It's something Mel Tucker got to figure out. You got to get big physical receivers that can jam. I mean, corners that can jam. You got to get a better quarterback. You got to get a pass rush. But we'll see. He got time. He definitely got time to cook some of that stuff up. But, we'll see if Michigan get past Maryland today. We'll see if Michigan can do any better. If not, we got a problem. Michigan State got a problem. But, with Michigan, man, people say, well, do Michigan State did to Michigan. Styles make fights. You know what I'm saying? So, different styles. But, to beat them, you got to disguise your coverages. You know what I'm saying? You can't play predominantly man. You got to mix up man. You got to do combination coverage, band zone, show blitz, bail out. You gotta make this kid go through his progressions. You gotta disguise. You gotta blitz. You gotta act like you coming and bail out. But we'll see, man. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Michigan State loses 7-56 to Ohio State. Taking Kenneth Walker fresh out the Heisman rush. And that's messed up. Let's talk about Kenneth Walker. That's messed up that he, he ain't the Heisman stuff, but he, didn't get an opportunity. But, probably going to the pros. Other than that, want to make a financial donation, Cash App, CJ Good 313, Venmo, CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. That's rolling in the bottom of your screen, or the Rolodex, whatever you call it. PayPal link in the description, all that's in the description. Find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Got business question, card, sponsorship, video plus. Appreciate the love and support. Let me know in the comment section. Peace.